Welcome to another Carriage Gate community update. We are still working on the natural strip over off of Arapahoe Road and Fairfax. Our primary concentration over the last couple of weeks has just been breaking down the willow slash that's been forming over the course of years. This is the biggest fire risk because it's so dry, and it's just accumulated a lot. Basically, we just hand pluck the slash, put it in piles, run it through our chipper. But as we pull out the slash, we're learning that there is hidden debris, like this tire. That's been removed and placed with the rest of the debris, but eventually it'll make it to the dump. Basically, all the smaller slash needs to be chipped. This will happen over the course of a couple weeks. The larger pieces need to be broken down like this and cut into logs for firewood. As we remove the slash, we'll expose more debris and start to remove that and put it in piles to take to the dump. What's your phone? I don't have any. Oh, okay. This is dead. This is just decomposing. Like, just stick your finger in there. We've also been focused on removing this Russian olive tree that had a fungus inside of it that was creating something called brown rot. Basically, we cut the tree down in two different sections and then cut the sections up into pieces for smaller logs and branches that we can run through the chipper. The larger logs will be transported out to my family's property in our horse trailer so that we can use our log splitter to break it into firewood. I wouldn't normally cut down a tree, but this tree had a fungus. As you can see, that mushroom was growing inside. It had a lot of pockets of mushrooms growing inside intermittently, which was causing a lot of dead branches to form. And it also had a rotten base at the trunk, so it could have very easily fractured and just broke at any moment. We felt like it was a more responsible thing to do, more ethical thing to do, to basically cut it down to eliminate any risk for any wildlife or the community for it falling or catching ablaze if there was a wildfire. This project took about 3 days, 2 days to cut down the larger sections, and then another day to break it down into smaller pieces. Then an additional day to drive it out to my family's property in Rye. I also have to comment on the chainsaw that we got. It's a Stihl MSA 300C chainsaw, and it's electric, but this thing cuts through wood like butter. Battery life isn't that great, but the chainsaw is outstanding. We'll eventually get more battery packs, which will extend the life, but we'll also get a chainsaw chain sharpener so that we can keep our chains sharp at all times. Provided we have the right tools and we can keep our tools sharp and maintain, we will blaze through this entire natural area pretty quickly within our capacity. Removing this section of the Russian olive was very much like removing the other section of the Russian olive. We basically just tied an arborist rope around a branch. Jimmy pulled one end and I cut the base. The tree fell over and then we commenced to cutting it into sections. We had to cut the tree down on 2 separate days, and then we had to use the third day to basically just break it down. Here's a video of me breaking it down with our chainsaw. I found that the best way to operate this chainsaw is just let it do the work and not force it too hard. We put all the logs in our horse trailer, which will be transported back to my family's property in Rye, Colorado. If you've ever driven to Bishop's Castle, you've been through Rye. The log splitter my dad has will make it real easy to break the big logs down into firewood. Hope you guys enjoyed the update and have a great week.